We have a problem right now in the banking system. They're considered to be, in many eyes, and including myself, to be scams. And the reason is because banks take your money and then they loan it out and they give you 0% interest. So what if we can provide you with an opportunity in which you can use DeFi as your own bank, in which you do not have to deal with the banking system? Enter in Pledge.finance, the world's leading marketplace for financial NFTs. Now, they'll be combining both worlds, which is the DeFi world, in addition to using financial NFTs. And what makes this project very unique and special is that Pledge is attempting to build those building blocks. And unlike many other DeFi projects, Pledge is designed to allow the creation of innovative, structured, and collateralized lending products. Now, in a nutshell, what that means is that you can build diversified portfolios to whatever risk exposure you want. And this includes accessing the $500 trillion in trade volume every single year. Now, some of these innovations include fixed yield vaults, variable yield vaults, tokenization of yields, and seniority of bonds, just to name a few. And so Pledge is attempting to be in a very unique position by becoming the Lego building blocks of DeFi. And in addition to that, they want to try to reduce as much liquidity as they can by providing these decentralized financial contracts defined as financial NFTs. They're going to be able to accept and adopt some of the integral parts of the fixed income market. Now, for those of you who may not understand what I just said, basically what this means is NFTs are going to be used to build new structured products around crypto. That's going to allow you to hedge, speculate, and also manage around different cross chains. Now, a couple of key highlights that I think are very important in this is going to be number one, they're going to have financial NFT technology that's going to use ERC 1155. That's going to be the creation of an NFT to represent a loan, a bond, an insurance, or any other asset. They're also built by a pioneering team, serial entrepreneur Tony Chan and ex-Stanford GSB alumni president Nicole Chang, and Pledge is attempting to be the leading financial NFT system. They've also have built fixed rates and term loans for whales and miners. And so many of these protocols are going to currently are providing variable interest rates. But here they'll be providing a fixed interest rate that's going to allow whales and miners for borrowing against their collateral. And the most important one, which I think you probably may agree to, is going to be cross-border financial supply chain. The institutions across the globe will need to swap their credit and their debt obligations for liquidity using low-cost capital. And Pledge is going to attempt to build that NFT trade to allow different chains to interact. Now, the roadmap is very clear. We have various different upgrades, and they've already committed to doing those in this quarter. Q4 2021, they did a product V1 launch set on the Binance chain mainnet. V2 was their marketplace for financial NFTs, which will launch in just a bit. And then their product V4 is going to be Q4 of this year. They'll be providing a financial supply chain and also their metabase in Q4 of 2023. Now, here's our contributors, and these are the people who are behind the team for Pledge Finance. Tony Chan, as I mentioned earlier, Nicole Chang, she's a West Bank Senior VP in addition to a Stanford GSB alumni. Professor Sebastian Donadio, which is University of Chicago professor. We have a couple advisors, Brian Brooks, which is CEO of Bitfury, ex-CEO of Binance US, ex-acting US comptroller of currency, and also ex-chief legal officer for Coinbase, and also ex-VP of general counsel of Fannie Mae. We also have Professor Jeff Stannard and also Gregory LeBlanc, and both of these are professors as well. So a really good team here, to say the least. Partners are all over the map. They've been working with various venture capital firms in addition to working with exchanges, Binance, Gate.io, to name a few, Harmony, and also various different protocols such as Chainlink and Polygon. So again, this is going to be a very important one because they are definitely in the mix. Okay, so let's go in specifically to their product demo. And I'm going to show you guys how this is going to work under their V2 launch. So here at this page, we do have the BTCB. If you go down to the bottom, you're able to access your account. Make sure you have your wallet address ready to go. You're going to press on detail there. And these are going to be the different pools in which the market's offering, whether you can lend or you can borrow. Now, this is going to be on the Binance chain testnet. And so if you click on that detail, you can choose to become a lender or a borrower. Now let's go ahead and do stage 1, which is going to be the matching period. And this is going to be in various stages so that we can walk you through on how to do that. So we're going to click on lender, and usually it's going to be a locked in fixed rate. And based off of that, you're going to be guaranteeing an APY. Now, as a lender, you're going to have to lend some of your Binance tokens. So we're going to put about 500 there. And automatically, you're going to get a contract address where you're going to receive your Binance. So you're going to copy that, and you're going to go into your account and type in import tokens, put the token address, and you'll be getting the SP tokens to represent the tokens that you have lent out. And you're going to see them under that SP option there. You'll be receiving 500 SP tokens, which are going to represent that. You can press yes to confirm for the gas, and then automatically approve. And now you can go ahead and click on lend. Once you do that, you're going to see one more confirmation for the Binance, and you should see what the settlement date is. Settlement date is when you actually be receiving your SP tokens, and each one's going to have a different date depending upon when you did it. Now you can also access borrow. So if you're a borrower, you want to put 500 here, and we'll borrow 500. And how much collateral you're going to be pressing. Same thing. You're going to press the JP token at contract address, and you'll be putting it onto the address. You'll be getting the 1000 JP token depending on how much you borrowed. Press confirm and approve. And again, you'll be getting these JP tokens on the borrowing side. And again, borrowing is going to have a settlement date, and it's going to take a while to kind of get that going. And it's going to tell you a couple of things about the margin ratio and the collateralized ratio, very similar to some of the other projects. And all right, so on stage 2, we're going to call the settlement phase. And this is where you can access your tokens to do what you want to do. So far, you've already lent out a certain amount, and you can actually claim the refund. So for example, if you have some assets that you can actually claim in excess, you can go ahead and start claiming it. For example, if you're lending, that's the interest. And if you're borrowing, then you can have any of the amounts that you have put in to actually borrow and use. And this is going to be under the JP token, which you can now have access to. On the final stage 3, you're going to have the operating period in which the tokens are going to be in your wallets. And so in this specific phase, once you've already clicked on getting those in, this operating period is going to be critical so that you're able to use some of these tokens in the open market. So let's go ahead and jump right in here. And then on stage 4, the maturity period is when you've actually have these dates, and you're going to see right there specifically when it matures, so that you can start to claim those. So again, you're going to have various dates in which you can claim your rewards. If you're a lender, and if you're a borrower, you want to make sure that you also have some collateral that you can either pay back or that you're going to earn, or you have some excess in there. All right, hopefully you enjoyed this.